Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Mumbai for today's daily challenge. We will begin with 4 traffic lights, and that is all we will get. And we will also have double roundabouts. Hooray! Now, unfortunately, we will have to deal with train tracks, which are a thing. And listen, the game's called Mini Motorways. It's kind of ridiculous and absurd that they would have anything other than cars. Anyway, did you see that they're having boats? There are going to be boats now. Oh, Dinosaur Polo Club posted on Bluesky and other places that coming soon, they're adding the city of Hong Kong and ferries. There's ferries. It's more like Mini Motorways. It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fun and good and enjoyable. Oh, goodness. I also posted their 2026 roadmap on Reddit. Basically, we're going to get new stuff. All sorts of new stuff, updates for creative mode for those among us who play creative mode, which I'm going to be honest, is not the _Goog. It's not my particular bag. That kind of like infinite sandbox, do whatever you want, there are no restrictions. Nah. I demand restrictions, damn it. Hold on. Well, anyway, we'll take a couple of roundabouts. I demand restrictions, damn it, title of the episode? I guess. Sure. It's the BDSM enthusiast's creed. Well, no, I suppose that works both ways. I suppose that works both ways is also something that might come up in that context, but I digress. Hi, Nora. Hi, you're all curled up on top of a laptop. Problem is I need that for work, so. Nora, is something wrong? You're sitting there and meowing at me. Yes, you are. Oh, this time she goes at me. Which is an interesting sound for a cat to make, if nothing else. Hi there, yellow train station. Do I care about you? I guess I should sort of care about you. Let's just straight shot this, make it look a little better. And if that looks a little better, we can... Oh, well, actually, hold on. You point south. This need not cross the train tracks anymore. We'll do that, and 30 road tiles. And that. Well, maybe not that. Maybe that. And then that. Hey, all manner of thises and thats are happening. We could even, perhaps, do that. There. Tighten this. All of this has been in service of getting these yellows to kind of share what they're doing. I don't really want to only dedicate one house to this business, so we're also going to shove the train station on there. That'll be fine. Speaking of shoving things on there and things being fine, let's run a big, ridiculous green road. Big, ridiculous green road will come down this way, get over there. All right, Nora Cat, what is your deal? It is nice and good that you apparently want to be near me. It is not a common thing for you, but it is strange. All right, green go that away, green go that away, green go that away. God, there are white dudes all over this Mexico. No? Okay, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. I will note, however, white dudes all over this Mexico. Title of the episode. Oh, God, my back hurts. Don't get fat, children. It's not generally considered great. By, the scientific, medical, or aesthetic communities. I don't know. At the moment, it's causing damage to the back pain industry, which, Lord knows the back pain industry needs all the help it can get. Hey, we've got a pink circle, which is fine. We shall do some slight restructuring to get these pinks and yellows to continue going over here. These 4 pinks here can now service this business. We'll take this one additional pink and toss it in the direction of this train station. Y'all know by now that I am not a person who respects train stations, and listen, that may ultimately come to be my undoing, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine unless it's not fine, which it may presently not be. No, we're going to continue not respecting train stations. We're just going to do this. We're going to extend this road, which is already a fairly lengthy road. Honestly, hold on. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get a third green going down this way. That's probably better. Okay. Now, we have a couple of purples. Seems okay. Let's just draw this ridiculous road right here. The 1, 2, 3 of these purple houses will go up there. I've got a motorway and a bridge. I've also got 23 road tiles kicking around right now, so I don't think I need the extra 10. At some point, Kat, it's going to become annoying. Well, it's going to become problematic that you're literally on top of my work laptop. You know I have a hard out, right? Like, I have to be on a Zoom call at 8, so I should probably, like, do stuff. Yeah, okay. We'll deal with that when it comes time to deal with that. For the moment, the kitty can be right here. Hi, kitty. Aww. Your soft little cries are not audible to the people on the microphone. Come to think of it, my soft little cries are not audible to the people on the microphone either. It's because I turned away from it in order to pet you. How dare you be more fun to pet than the microphone is fun to talk into? She's a kitty. All right. Hello. Whoa. Oh, she's looking at a finger. She has lost interest in the finger and is now looking at me. Hi. No? All right, she doesn't care. She's a cat. I'm still going to pet her, though, because she is, after all, a cat. All right. A wholly uneventful week has passed. We got us a bridge, and hey, look, a yellow business. Okay. I mean, I don't love that. I'm going to be real with you. Let's see here. Well, first thing, we can get rid of this track here and just run this yellow and this pink down into here, service this business that way. That seems a-okay. Next, we've got a little bit of an access problem regarding this business here. I think the easy and solid thing to do about that is to run... The answer might be a roundabout? No, because if you do one go up here, go to that. One go down here, go to... Yeah, no. No, a roundabout doesn't solve the problem. So, given that limitation... actually, I think we just bring these purples back into... Oh, right. Because the purples were crossing over the yellow business. That's why I wanted to pull out the purples specifically. Good Lord, I popped those peas. Let's put motorway number 1 right here. Have it go up there. And then we'll run this yellow house down this way like so. I think we're going to do a roundabout right here. Southern spur goes straight down into the yellow business. I'll put the break point for this train station at the roundabout. So the northeast spur goes up to the train station, and then the eastern spur goes to this green business. That should be basically fine. I'm a little bit worried about only having one yellow house for this yellow business, but actually I don't presently have a but for that sentence. Let's just do this. There. So this yellow business right here will be supported by one yellow house, at least for the moment. I'm sure eventually there will be more yellow houses that spawn around here. We'll make it work. Could I potentially have gotten another... No, I don't think there's a way that I could have gotten the purples into this roundabout. Certainly not where the roundabout is now. And there isn't an immediate other place for it. So, all right. Additionally, we've got all of these greens right here. I wonder. Oh, I wonder. Ooh, I do, I ooh. Maybe we don't need this roundabout anymore? Maybe we can just kind of bop destroy. Well, It seems kind of silly to deploy a roundabout just for the service functionally of a train station. Yeah, we don't need this roundabout. Hold on. We absolutely don't need this roundabout to exist. So we'll go down here, straight shot the yellows in like that. Carefully kill this access road. And then these greens here can go like that into the western entrance of the roundabout. Okay.
Hear ye, let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Sunflare's Space was here first. Good afternoon, Sonny. Oh. Blessedly, I learned absolutely nothing about Olivia Nuzzy yesterday. It was therefore a good day. Let's murder motorway number 1 and bring these purples down here. 2 of you get in that way. Also, I was supposed to go to Connecticut for work, and then the job canceled, and I wound up doing nothing. Having a random Wednesday off in the middle of the week is always good. We take those. We take those every goddamned time, except for the part where they made me terrified for the safety of my job, but that's, me being mentally ill, so that'll do it.
That's fucking Goog.
That's fucking Goog, says Clancy the Crow. Clancy subscribing for 9 months. Thank you, Clancy. Everyone, including Clancy, who is subscribed, has the opportunity to drop every single one of these tier 1 emotes, including these ones right here. And, well, first of all, hold on. We're running into problems with these purples. All right. You 3 purples here are going to bridge over that way. You 3 purples here are going to bridge over this way. Hey. Pink house is an issue. Don't love it. What are we going to do about it? Great question. The train tracks might present a problem for the bridge here, given that they are presently presenting a problem for the bridge here. I think actually I might have a better idea. Hold on. We're going to let that happen exactly once, and then never again. It was Carrie Underwood who was never again, right? I don't remember. Some country singer. Never again. No, it was Kelly Clarkson. It was Kelly Clarkson who would never again. There we go. As opposed to Taylor Swift, who would never, ever, ever, ever get back together. Anyway, we draw motorway number 1 for these purples to go over this way. We draw this longy road here for these purples to go down this way. That way, we don't have to cross train tracks and we don't use any bridges. We do use a motorway, but it's fine. As for this one pink train station right here, I suppose I should probably at least pay lip service to the idea of respecting that. I guess. So, how are we going to get a pink go off that away? Here. You come down here, and if you get onto this, you're going to be merging with a left turn. That seems kind of awkward and bad. Here. Swing down this way. We'll toss a roundabout right here about. There you go. You take the northwest spur. Both of you exit off to the east. That services that. This pink business is now woefully unmaintained. However, boop, boop, now it's not. Okay. Also, we do that. Straighter shot this way. Cool. Everybody's happy, except for the various things that aren't happy, but fuck them. Clancy has claimed these little purple houses over here. Wonderful. Give me a third bridge. Yeah, we'll take a third bridge. Oh, and I just reclaimed a bridge, so it's also a fourth bridge. Yay! Not to be confused with former Major League utility infielder Brent Lillibridge. He was a different bridge. A bridge of a different girder, I think. That's what he was. One of the stupider titles of the episode, but, you know, we'll get there. If I say anything funnier than a bridge of a different girder for the rest of the episode, I promise I'll replace that one. Now then. Let's see here. We got this green coming down south here. We've got this train station starting to get ever so mildly annoyed, but, you know, the day I start respecting train stations is a weird and strange day in the canon of Gimmim. Let's see here. I've got a small issue, which is the existence of this purple business. I don't think that's actually much of an issue, though, because what I can do is run this right down here, and then these purples here, just kind of here. We'll take these 1, 2, 3, go down that away. We'll also take these 1, 2, 3, come down this away. Boop, boop, waboop, boop, boop. And now the three of you serve this business, the three of you serve that business. Everything is fine. It would be convenient if we all lived in mini motorways and we all had just dedicated roads for our various business needs that constantly updated as we decided we wanted new shit. You know, basic functioning civil government. It would be nice if we had basic functioning civic government, wasn't it? Wouldn't it? I'm sure that would be fine. Oh, God. The only thing I know about the mayor of my town is that he sounds like he knows what he's doing when he makes calls with various updates. Every once in a while, I get a phone call from my town that's like, hey, it's the mayor, just so you know, this road is closed. Hey, it's the mayor, just so you know, it's Veterans Day, we're not doing trash pickup that day. Hey, it's the mayor, just so you know, an election's coming up. He doesn't even say vote for me. He probably is legally forbidden from saying vote for me on those calls, but, you know, I didn't vote this election, I don't think. I think I intended to fill out a mail-in ballot, and then I didn't get one mailed to me, so oops. Oh, well. It's not like democracy's failing or anything. Systematic problems can't be blamed on the individual? Yeah, that's the excuse that we lean on when we fail in our own personal civic duties, right? Right? All right, I'm going to take a second and third roundabout. That'll probably set me up for roundabouts for the rest of the run. Honestly, just having one in the can would have been fine, but, you know, I also have 4 bridges in the can. I didn't necessarily need a 5th bridge. Please use your Democrat. Okay, I should do things. That's true. You're not wrong. Listen, I'm reasonably sure that the mayor of whatever town the _Goog lives in, one, got reelected. Because, again, if he comes off as competent and reasonable to the _Goog, he probably does so to people who are paying attention to things. Maybe, hopefully. And also, do I have an and also? I don't know if I have an and also. It's fine. It's fine. Man, we're suddenly putting an awful lot of green into the... Hold on. Yeah, this roundabout doesn't need to exist. I'm sorry. We don't need a roundabout to get a 4th through 6th greenhouse to serve a train station. It's not a thing that we're going to be doing today. A thing that we are going to be doing today, however, first of all, is taking another motorway here. Secondly, we're going to add more purples to the support of this newly rounded circle type thing. This, I mean, for certain levels of it and fine, it is going to be fine. We just have to agree on the terms, on the definition of the terms it and fine. Once we do that, yeah, it's going to be fine. Okay, so here's what we're doing. I'm going to take this pink house away from this pink train station, run it down here to service this pink train station. I'm going to run this orange up here, serve this orange business. Now, you may note that this pink train station is presently overfucked. Well, as much as I'd like to leave it there and just note that you can never ever bother respecting train stations, we do sort of have to respect train stations at least a little bit, so we're going to draw motorway number 3. Okay? Take that, mass transit. I'm servicing you with a motorway. I've built a highway to the train station, thereby defeating the purpose of train stations. My city management skills are superior. Oh, do you want mass collectivized transit, allowing the greatest number of people to get to the greatest number of destinations as possible? Fuck that. Highway straight to the train station. Anyway. So we've got this pink business over here. This one way down here that exists now. Kind of need to service that. So I don't know how we're going to do that, but actually I have an idea as to how we're going to do that. Never mind. I've come up with an idea. What we're going to do is we're going to take these pinks here and run them this way and then this way and then down like here to service this business. These two pinks here, which previously hadn't been doing anything, will replace them as the services for this business. And then, you know, because it worked so well the first time, we're going to double up on highway to the train station. Once this pink comes away here. Come away, pink. Come on. Come on. Come on, you stupid pink fucks. All right, hold on. All of you move there. Nope, wait. You, right here. Swing all the way down there. You move over here. Okay. Highway to the train station. Of course. That's what Kenny Loggins was singing about, right? Highway to the train station. That's what he was singing, I think. I think that's pretty much right. You'll never hear that song the same way again. Oh, goodbye, A Bridge of a Different Girder. Highway to the Train Station is now one of the titles of the episode. I don't know how we're going to create the sound of Danger Zone in the words train station in the title of a YouTube video, but, you know, there's a certain non-zero number of persons who are going to read it that way just by beginning it with highway to the. Oh, it was already ruined by a mashup album. I love me a good mashup. I don't know. Are mashups gauche? I feel as though maybe mashups might have become gauche at some point, but I fucking love mashups. A good mashup is wonderful. Let's see here. We got yellow problems, which, yeah, it's a topic that came up in the Jeffrey Epstein emails, but I digress. Differently speaking, we've got, yeah, okay. Why don't you swing down here and swing down there? So now these 3 yellows right here will service this business. These, I was going to say 3, but actually 4 yellows will run this way, bulldoze that tree. Sorry about that tree. Boop and boop. You come up this way. Swing off that way. Away we go. The democratic rights are not in the room for long. I mean, you know, I suppose I do still for the moment have the right to be one of tens of thousands of people having some small say in which of 2 hand-picked options will be the mayor of the town of which is not nothing. I suppose there are some places where folks don't even get to choose which of 2 hand-picked options by moneyed elites are going to be the mayor of but, you know, it's, you know, yeah. Anyway, listen, we're not here to offer solutions. We're here to vaguely complain and then do nothing to solve it. It's the lazy leftist's creed. Oh no, that's too deep a cut. Oh, I have hurt by me. I have hurt by me. Okay. Let's take these 2 purples right here. As true, Sonny, I am doxing myself this morning. If you can track me down and you can high five the Goog or something. I don't know. First person to high five the Goog gets a free gift sub. Don't say that. Sam will let his sub lapse. Just high five the Goog. New subscribers only. First person to high five the Goog gets a free gift sub. There you go. There you go. All right. We take another pink house. We add it to this pink road. I think we're doing basically fine right now. I could probably reclaim motorway number 1 if I wanted to. Just peel back some of these extra purples and do a bridge road over to here. That doesn't seem like a horrible idea. It also doesn't seem like a strictly necessary one. So, at least for right now. Let's see here. Let's take... I guess we'll take a 3rd bridge instead of a 7th and 8th roundabout. Yeah, that probably tracks. Add a few more greenhouses down here to support this green business, because this green business is getting kind of, dying. So, it's not great. This traffic light here should be a perfectly cromulent one, and yet it has proven to be dick baggish, which is unfortunate. I've also got 4 greens over here that aren't really doing anything, and a green circle that's kind of dying. That's not great. I've got greens up here that I can add to the road supporting this train station, because, you know, if there's one thing we always do here at twitch.tv/the_Goog, it's love and respect our train stations. Yeah. You know how much we love and respect our train stations here. I'm also going to extend this road. Well, first of all, got more yellow here. Hold on. Yellow, you have 7 houses going into you. You don't get to be mad. You're a fucking square with 7 houses. You don't get to be mad. This orange is... Honestly, it's a little ridiculous that this orange is mad about anything. It has 6 houses now and a straight shot motorway. You've got 6 houses and a motorway dedicated entirely to your service. How can you be mad about stuff? God. Here's another pink for this pink circle. This yellow business up here is mad, even though it has 3 houses and a single tiny straight shot road. I think stuff might just have decided to get angry. This pink business, I can condone being mad. This pink business is the only business on the map that is legitimately allowed to be angry right now. And even then, it's like, really, pink? Really? You're going to be mad even though you have 2 houses and a fairly long road. I get it, I guess. God. All right. Let's see here. What can I do to save this yellow business? We should probably try to save this yellow business. Well, we could reroute this green train station road. Hold on. I might have a legitimately actual extant idea. If we run our green train station road up and around here, we get an extra 1 yellow house, which really shouldn't make a difference, but this business shouldn't be mad, so it'll be fine. All right, now, this pink business over here is the one and exactly one business in the whole entire world that has legitimate cause to be angry about shit, so let's solve it. I think we're going to solve that via the application of motorway number 5. We're just going to staple a motorway directly to the face of that business. Yeah, that'll probably be fine. We'll toss an extra 3 houses going into that direction. Yellow, are you going to be okay? Are you in like your dying... I think you're going to be okay, but it's real close. Like, actually, the car flow here is super tight. The issue with only having 4 houses is you can't really make up a deficit. You just kind of keep the plate spinning in perpetuity until such time as it wobbles, and once it starts to wobble, it shall inevitably fall. It's like the inverse of a weeble, but... okay. Let's take a 5th bridge. This pink... I pulled these 3 pinks off of this pink circle because this pink circle was totally A-okay, and now it is not. The totallys have odalied and it is no longer A-okay. God. All right, you get over to here. This purple business got mad at me for a second. This purple, look at this shit. Why is this mad? This has 6 houses in a straight shot road. This has 6 houses in a straight shot motorway. This is a fucking train station. We don't have to respect train stations. Why is a train station getting mad at me? I'm personally offended by the idea that a train station would have the gall to get mad at me. 3,148 commuted over 150. Take that, Mumbai. Top 2% in the world. 600 trips superior to Samurai Sam. We dropped those GGs in the chat. God. All right. Calm down, Goog. Let us bring in our very dear friend. Hey now, I haven't been diagnosed with that, Fishingworth. Okay. That was a poorly placed line break. Let's bring in Wordle. The Wordle today is chain. Could absolutely be chain, aside from the recently discovered knowledge that it's not chain. But, we couldn't have known that. The Wordle today is flare. It could be flare. It's not flare. But, we have discovered a thing. It could be brake. Like the brakes on a vehicle of some sort. It's not, but could have been. It could be graze, like you're just if you're just an antelope out on the plains, chomping on some grass or something. There's a G, but not the Z. It could be grave. Sure is grave. Okay. Mostly green wordling. Good job, Goog. Got it in 5. Oh, well. Away goes the don't tell me the answer text, because if you know the answer, by all means tell me. I think we have a decent idea about this first one, though, at least locationally. Locationally, I think we have a reasonable idea. So, our museum is open 9 to 5. Okay, good for you, the Chicago Historical Society. Are you going to be open at a time when people aren't at fucking work? Dicks. Anyway. We've got the library and museum. It's open daily, except on Sundays. Sundays, it's a different time. Looks like they open at 1 p.m. on Sundays. Rude. What about morning-going museumers, huh? Dickhead. I that's not what I said, Sonny. I said you've been a great and wonderful help several dozen times, and also one time you screwed up. But, you know what they say about bad advice? It's just the same as good advice, in that it costs nothing and is worth the price. All right. So this is a relic of the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. Yeah, I didn't exactly think this photo was taken in 1871. Given the school children here and the general framing and sepiality of it all, what do we think? I'm leaning towards like 1908. Like, this is an old fucking picture here. Every single person in this picture is dead. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that. Chicago Historical Society, 1908. All right, so that's probably gonna be in Chicago, Illinois. And we're gonna zoom in and just see if there might be a chance that there's a building labeled Historical Society. Seems unlikely, but there is one labeled Cultural Center. There's the Chicago Board of Trade building. We could be at the Nutella Cafe. There's nothing saying we're not at the Nutella Cafe, aside from the likelihood that we're not actually at the Nutella Cafe. Anyway, oh hey, they have that tourist trappy Museum of Illusions. There's one of them in Chicago, too. I went to one of those in Toronto. It was a fine way to spend $20 in a couple of hours, except they charge $40. So, yep. Anyway, we are at the Chicago Cultural Center, formerly the Chicago Historical Society in Chicago, Illinois, circa 19 dickety negative 12? Nope, 19 dickety right on the dot. Oh well. Sad. Next. These are the Stern Pits. Okay. Oh, that's an L. It's beers. We're advertising beers. Got it. So everybody make sure to buy your beer at this game between MJM and Gast. All right. That doesn't help as much as I thought it would. We've got a drum kit, obviously. So we're at a concert of some kind. The ads appear to be in German. So maybe possibly we're in Germany. Yeah, okay. So we're at some concert hall in Germany in 1977? 1970, just kind of pick one? Yeah, okay. Man, there are a lot of people that they've crammed into this place that is not designed to hold as many people as are presently crammed into it. Okay. Sure. All right, I think this is about all the information we're gonna glean. We are at some sort of concert hall in Berlin. We could maybe somewhere around here there's one particular sign that'll identify exactly which building, or like maybe this ceiling is famous for some reason, but so we're at some concert hall in Berlin in 1970. I don't know, let's call it 4. That seems reasonable. All right. Into the Germany, into the Berlin. Zoomy zoom. Okay. What do we got? We're probably not at the TV tower. Seems a little silly. It's not a cathedral. We could be at... Come on, you've got to have like an arena, an event space. Are we at the Blumengrund School? No, that's probably a Grund School. You know, like a school of some kind. What's a Berghain? Are we at this Berghain? I don't know what a Berghain is. Sure, we're at the Berghain in Berlin, Germany in 1974. It was 1981, astonishingly, and we were about 1,500 kilometers off that away. Not even in Berlin. Sadness. Oh well. Next. All right. So we got trees and water and beaches and stuff. And if I was a person who recognized beach towels, it would probably be helpful. This beach towel here, which may or may not be it's a feathered headdress. Okay. This feathered headdress kind of looks like the flag of Brazil. So, first guess, we're in Brazil. I'm only a person who recognizes flags when they're actually feathered headdresses. It's probably a bad precedent to set. All right, hold on. Hey! Fragments of Hope is something in the Placencia Peninsula in Belize. It's a convenient, fortuitous zoom I did there. All right, so we're at... there's no guarantee that we're at this place, but, you know, that's the best lead I've got so far. Placencia Village in Belize. All right. Now, let us think of the when of this. Got crossbody bag and lady with a coffee cup, and I don't see very many, if any, people on their phones. What can we glean from this DJ equipment here? Fairly modern-ish looking laptop. Yeah, this is like 2020 something, probably. Yeah, sure. We are in Belize in 2022. Could easily be 2006. Hey, I have a question. Well, first of all, I will now draw a circle which I'm reasonably sure encompasses Belize. Great. Let's narrow that down, shall we? Where the fuck is Belize? It's a question to which I presently do not know the answer. Are you Central America? Hey, you're Central America. Good job, Belize. All right. We're definitely probably not going to find that village or nothing, so let's just kind of pick a beach spot. Hey, look, a beach spot. Are we in Belize City, Belize? No, I mean, there's a lot of urban shit there. And listen, there might be urban shit just out of frame, but this is like natural water, pastoral, coastal shit. So actually, we're probably here. We're right there, just outside Belize Harbor in Belize, Belize in 2022. It did say peninsula. That is kind of a peninsula. It was further south than that. Oh, it was a different peninsula. It was this straight up. Hold on. Oh, that's a weird. Well, I mean, you got bridges. I figure this is probably an island at this point. Oh well, we were down that way. Also, it was 2018, but we were in the vaguely correct area in time and such. It's fine. Next, round 4. This is Contra Goldfin. Oh, Goldfinger. Okay. Ow. My back hurts. I think I already said that, but now it hurts more. Hurts more to the point where I gotta adjust my positionments and such. Oh. Spinal pain. Also, I gotta do a work thing. Hold on. Ow. Oh, my pain in the spine. Oh, it is 7:40 and I have a hard out. Awesome. Amazing. I love that for me. Ow. Pain. Hold on. Such pain and back aching. All right. Enough of that. I'm doing back aching, but also belly aching. So we got the Palazzo della Movies. All right. So this is... Oh. Does that say Iberia? That might say Iberia. If that says Iberia, which it kind of looks like it might, we got your IBE and then ignore the fact that that's clearly obviously a B instead of an R, and that might say Iberia, and therefore that's Iberian Peninsula, and therefore that's Spain. Perfect logic here. You're prohibited from bringing your Labradors to this road. That's horrible, but All right. So when did Goldfinger come out? So, because we're somewhere in Spain, on the release of the James Bond Goldfinger movie. Goldfinger's a Sean Connery Bond. Connery Bonds were like, the late 60s, early 70s? So we're like 1972? How do we feel about 1972? I don't feel horrendously bad about 1972. Can we figure out, maybe get some clue as to where we are? Because there's like... Even if we're in Spain, there's still like 2 different parts of Spain that we could easily be. It could be Barcelona. It could be Madrid. Lawrence of Arabia is out. Was Lawrence of Arabia also 1972? I don't know. It's a pretty good weekend for going to the movies if you got, Lawrence of Arabia and Goldfinger. They're both reasonably well regarded, I think. Let's see here. Fishingworth says it's a bit late. Yeah, it might be 1970. Yeah, that's probably better. Yeah, I'll bump my guess back to 1970. We are in Madrid, Spain in 1970. Sure. Seems entirely reasonable. We were in Madrid, Spain in 1965, even earlier than that. Oh, well. Thank you, Fishingworth. Hi, Dick. God damn it. All right. Well, only Nixon could ruin round 5 of our time guesser. And, as they famously said, only Nixon could go to China. We're in China. So, like, relations with the U.S. and China were real bad for a real long time. And eventually, I don't know anything about modern U.S. history because I'm a horrible person. Also, it's not taught in schools. Also, I haven't bothered learning. Also, again, horrible person. But eventually, people said, wait a second, there's money to be made here. We should probably try to make some of that money But who could we possibly send except this racist, criminal, awful, jackass, treasonous motherfucker who happened to be president at the time? Oh, Richard Nixon. Okay. So this is Richard Nixon. Who's fairly late in his presidency. This is not exactly a young Richard Nixon. So Nixon was president right before Ford. I think he got reelected in 1974 and then resigned in 75. No, he would have been reelected in 72 because Carter got elected in 76 and Reagan got elected in 80. So Nixon would have been reelected in 72. He was out of office by 74. So yeah, we are in Beijing, China in 1972. Seems entirely reasonable. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Make our heart go boom, boom, boom. We are at, I don't know, the Palace Museum, let's say. Because it's also possibly maybe one time the Palace. We're in Beijing, China in 1972. It seems entirely reasonable. We are, in fact, in a different part of China. Oops. Oh, well. We're in that part of China in 1972. Close enough, sort of. 39,898 sure is a time guesser score, and it's a true fact you can't possibly say is incorrect. For today's Immaculate Grid, we need Blue Jays and Cardinals and Angels and Phillies and dudes what played third base and dudes what made the All-Star team. All right. A guy who played third base for the Anaheim Angels is Troy Gloss. I think that's a fair and accurate statement. He was a third baseman for the Angels. A dude who was an all-star for the Angels is Sean Figgins. He was a good baseball player for a while there, at least. Probably not anymore. Probably couldn't hang in the bigs today, but you know. Dude who was an all-star for the St. Louis Cardinals is Adam Wainwright. He made barrels. I think that's what a Wainwright is. It's a dude who makes barrels, right? No, is that a Cooper? That might be a Cooper. Hold on. Oh, well. He writes his Wains, and that's okay. Dude who played third base for the Cardinals is... Good question, actually. Scott Rowland. Scott Rowland is a dude who played third base for the St. Louis Cardinals. A dude who played third base for the Toronto Blue Jays is... I don't know. They probably stuck Ernie Clement there at some point. It seems like a place that Ernie Clement would play. Ernie Clement has totally played third base for the Toronto Blue Jays. A dude who has been an all-star for said Blue Jays is Paul Molitor. Paul Molitor was an all-star when he was with the Blue Jays, wasn't he? He sure was. All right, let's name some Philadelphia Phillies. Philadelphia Philly who played for... Oh, God. Oh, this is difficult. All right, let's name some effing Phillies. Jim Thome was a Philly, but not an Angel, Cardinal, or Blue Jay. Roy Halladay is the most famous Philly Blue Jay of all time, but, you know, we've got 5 single digits, one of which is a sub-1. Do we want to take the easy layup? Maybe. I'm reserving the right to take the easy layup, but I also want to think about it some more. Jimmy Rollins was a Philly, but he didn't play for any of these guys. Chase Utley was a Philly, but he didn't play for any of these teams. Ryan Howard was a Philly, but he didn't play for any of those teams. Brad Lidge was a Philly. Was he a... No, he wasn't a Cardinal. I think Billy Wagner was a Philly, but I'm not sure of that. Cole Hamels was a Philly, but he didn't pitch for any of these teams. Shit, son. Mickey Morandini was a Philly. That's a true fact. It's not anything that's going to be helpful to us, but, you know, it is true. Shane Victorino was a Philly. He didn't play for any of these teams. Man, I can think of lots of Phillies that didn't play for any of these teams. Jim Edmonds was an Angel and a Cardinal, but not a Philly. Larry Walker was a Cardinal, but not a Philly. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is a Blue Jay, but was never a Philly. J.P. Arancibia was a Philly and a Blue Jay. Hey! Now that... What? I was very confident that JP Arencibia was a Philly and a Blue Jay. What did I mess up in that? Let's Google JP Arencibia baseball reference, and definitely not JP Arencibia wife. Don't do that. Apparently, JP Arencibia was a Blue Jay and a Ranger and a Ray, but not a Philly. Sad. Fine. Roy Halladay was a Philly and a Blue Jay. Grumble, 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 complain. Albert Pujols was an Angel and a Cardinal, but not a Philly. Curious as to... we shouldn't Google JP Arencibia wife, because JP Arencibia's wife is... I think it's Tammy Lauren. One of many truly horrendous conservatives helping to ruin the world. There you go. Let's see here. I can't think of any. Oh, speaking of truly horrible conservatives helping to ruin the world, Kurt Schilling was a Philly, but he never played for the Angels or the Cardinals. John Lackey was a Cardinal, but not a Philly. Zach Greinke was an Angel, but not a Philly. Man, Jamie Moyer was a Philly, but not an Angel or a Cardinal, so that doesn't help us. Yadi Molina was a career Cardinal. Lance Berkman was a Cardinal, but not a Philly. Bernard Law was a Cardinal, but not a Philly. Boy. Mark Teixeira was an Angel, but not a Philly. Christopher Lloyd was an Angel, but not a Philly. Let's see here. Man, there are probably like a 1,000 of these guys, and I just am blanking on them. Michael Young was a Philly. Was he at? No. Spending entirely too much time on this, given that we've already failed and stuff. Cliff Lee was a Philly, but I don't think he was a Cardinal or an Angel. Edinson Volquez was an Angel, I think. Wasn't a Philly. Ramon Ortiz? I kind of think Ramon Ortiz was an Angel and a Philly. Is that worth taking a stab at? Yeah, sure, fine. Ramon Ortiz. Ramon Ortiz? Maybe Russ Ortiz? It doesn't matter. I was wrong. Sadness and failure, we missed Brandon Marsh and Scott Rowland, who I used elsewhere. Okay. I suppose that's fine. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. I intend to be back later this evening with Hades 2. It is worth noting that I did say I intend, because I have a double job today. I have 2 jobs today. I might not want to be in this chair anymore come 5:30 this evening, but, there's a reason we pushed the start time back to 5:30. We'll see. Let's plan on Hades 2 later this evening. Until then, thank you all as always for being here. Have a wonderful day. Catch the whatever upload is on the YouTube. I don't know which it is. It's Thursday, so I think today's Dragon Age Day? Whatever. It'll be on the YouTube at noon. Check the Discord server for announcements, all of that. Have a good time. Bye.